I did this while ago.
Yeah, you're live. Look, it worked.
Well, guys,
we're here.
I think our internet went out for a hot minute. I don't know what happened. I don't know. So I don't know how long this will last, but we'll talk to y'all for a few minutes anyway. That's one thing, I guess, living way out in the country too. Like, internet can be funny sometimes, especially in weather like this. Mama actually just texted me and said that her power just went out. I hope ours stays on. But hello, everybody. We're going to try this one more time. Like I said, I think our internet went out for a period of time there because we couldn't get anything to work. The computer, the phones, nothing would work. So
y'all let us know if you hear us or anything, because I don't see any comments or anything coming in yet. There we go. Welcome back.
Okay.
Good.
But just to we just wanted to hop on for a little bit since it is a rainy day and just say, we're faring well with Debby right now. She's right over top of us. I think that hurricane thing.
Yeah, little Debby.
Yeah. She's
actually big Debby.
She hasn't brought any Christmas trees with her yet. So
I saw that on Facebook.
I did too.
Somebody was hoping little Debby would wash up some Christmas trees.
But yeah, we may have gotten close to 3 inches of rain now. I don't know.
Yeah, because since we've been off the live, the deal that we've had with the live here, like, it has flat poured during this whole time. And I'm guessing that's what happened to the internet.
Yeah, I mean, because it has been doing it to it. It really has. And the winds really picked up. So I guess that's what happened to the internet. I really don't know.
But we're back for now. Who knows, y'all? Just to let you know, though, if it does go back off, like, that'll probably be it.
Yeah.
We probably won't attempt it anymore because it's just pouring rain right now.
Yeah. But I hope all y'all are safe that are in the path of this storm or were in the path of it. I know there were some tornadoes and things down east and a lot of flooding. That's one thing, luckily, here, living in the area we live in, it's very hilly, mountainous. Like, flooding's not a major concern. Flash flooding with rivers and creeks, yes, but, here, our biggest thing that would flood would be our creek garden, which would be heartbreaking, but it wouldn't be devastating. So, it just is what it is.
Yeah, I tell you, this year has had its share of challenges, to say the least.
But every year does.
As far as weather goes.
Every year does. Every year is something. You're always
That's what makes it interesting.
That's right.
If it was the same every year, you wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, y'all can see the trees blowing behind me back there.
Yeah, I hope it picks it up because that window is bright, so it may mess the light up.
But it's a little crazy out there today. We hadn't had anything come through our area like this in years. It's been several years, but like I said, I mean, it's not been horrible. So
it could have been a lot worse. Now, so far it could have been a lot worse. I mean, I don't want to.
This person said we have a little Debby plant in our town in Arkansas. It smells like chocolate chip cookies when the wind blows.
Man, that would be nice.
But yeah, we're doing fine. The animals are actually, I mean, besides the pigs and the goat, everybody else is just kind of out in it. Like, they have access to shelter, but like the cows and the horses don't seem fazed by it in the least. Like, they're out there eating their little hearts out. So, they're just happy they have green grass.
Yeah. There's somebody comment from Charlotte saying it's pouring rain and high winds. Well, see, that could be coming our way, and so that's what we may have not even endured the worst of it yet.
Right. We're hoping to go check on the creek. I don't know if we'll get to this evening or not, just to see how high it is. Because actually, even though we've started getting rain like about every day here in the last couple weeks, everything's greened up beautifully, but the creek is still so low. Like, it got so low during that drought, which it won't probably be low after this.
No, this ought to build the creek back up.
Yeah, it ought to bring it back. But it was the lowest I think I've ever seen it since we've lived here.
Yep.
It really was. Like, so low that
you could walk across it and not get your feet wet by stepping on rocks. Normally, you can't do that.
Yeah. So, but we're thankful for the rain. Just kind of when you get this much at one time, it can be kind of scary because of trees falling and things like that.
And everything drowning. Because this is the kind of rain where stuff drowns in. Like plants, crops drowned in.
Especially things that are on a creek bottom.
Especially things in the creek bottom.
I don't even know if we've ever had enough rain to show y'all what the creek garden does with a lot of rain because it turns into a pond.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully get down there and
swamp.
show you. It may not be today when we film that, but we're going to get down there and show that before this is all over.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody said, what will you guys eat for supper tonight? I ain't decided yet.
We got a lot of leftovers.
Yeah, we may just eat leftovers. I made some Salisbury steak and gravy, which actually I think is going to be on the video tomorrow. I made some Salisbury steak and gravy, and we got some of that left over. We may eat some of that, but I don't know. I thought about making some kind of soup. This is soup. This is soup,
your kind of soup weather.
Soup eating weather.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I, speaking of that right there, she was talking about what's coming out on the video tomorrow. A lot of people I think tend to get confused with our videos when they see them and they're like, well, that's not what's happening here right now. A lot of our stuff, when we put them out,
it's usually 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, they're ahead of time.
Just because we have to have time to edit and everything. Try to, they're usually when you see them, they're 2 or 3 days ago. They're not,
We have had some stuff as far as like a week and a half or so.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. But occasionally we do have to do that just because, like I said, I have to have time to actually sit down and edit. And like where I still work and Andy works, like, all that stuff happens at 4 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock at night. So I try to give myself some grace.
Yeah. Let's see. Just a dust bowl here in Tennessee. What part of Tennessee are you in? I was under the impression that most of Tennessee was getting rain right now.
Maybe it's like western.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Canned up some chow chow yesterday. Dana, I hope you really enjoyed the chow chow. I was so tickled, y'all. If you've seen that chow chow video, I added some red onions and red tomatoes, which I don't normally do. And I put the habaneros in there. Well, Mama called me and she's like, Megan, oh my gosh, this is Patsy's chow chow. Like, it tickled me to death. So I may just start adding a couple of red tomatoes and red onions and a little hot pepper, like hot pepper in there. So that tickled me. And if you try the chow chow recipe, be sure to let us know whether you liked it or whether you didn't. I always like to hear.
So they're against the Mississippi River.
Oh, okay. So that's like west.
Yeah, that would be the western part of the state.
Yeah. Have I ever canned green tomatoes? I did 1 year and fried them up, and they were good. They were, but I'm the only one that eats fried green tomatoes. So
you're the only one that eats tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm the only one that eats tomatoes in general. So I don't typically put time into something that I'm not really going to cook, because usually I cook stuff that most of us can eat. Now, it's funny because the stuff that Jacob likes, usually Maggie doesn't like, and vice versa. But so that makes it challenging sometimes. But the fried green tomatoes, I'm the only one that would eat them. So I may cook myself a few, like when we got green tomatoes coming in, but I don't fix them a whole lot. They are good, though.
I'm going to tell y'all what, though. It is pouring outside right now.
It is. It's doing it, too.
It ain't let up for the last probably 15, 20 minutes.
I'm trying to talk Andy into trying my chow chow. I'm going to give him a try some.
I told you I will one of these days.
But it doesn't taste, it freaks him out because of what's in it. But it's like I try to tell him, like, it doesn't taste like any one thing that's in it. It's got its own little taste.
I might be just a little bit on the picky side, y'all.
Just a little.
When it comes to...
Actually, he's not as picky as he used to be, though.
No, I'm not.
So I'm proud of him for that.
Poor Jacob, he took after me. He's just like me, because I can remember when I was a kid, there was only just a handful of things I would eat because I was so picky. I just wouldn't do it. And Jacob's just like that.
And what's so funny to me about that is Jacob is like Andy in like a lot of ways. And it's things that he does that he's never been told that his daddy did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so funny because he is the spitting image, like, of Andy when Andy was little, like the way he thinks. Even though
Jacob don't know that I used to be that way.
Yeah, like the way that he thinks and the way that
it's
his
scary
actions.
Sometimes.
It is so funny. And little Maggie, I don't know where she got her.
I think she took after Mama.
You think so?
You.
But yeah, it's just so funny. But yeah, Andy, he's come a long ways though. Like he's what was it you've tried this year? Stewed squash that you like?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I will tell y'all this now. I finally did break out, and I've eaten some vegetables that say I wouldn't have eaten before. And I just don't think I like the taste of vegetables.
Yeah, like raw vegetables.
Raw vegetables. I don't like that taste. I'm a meat eater. Now, I love meat. I'll eat any kind of meat. But vegetables, I love to grow them. I absolutely love to grow
fried vegetables.
Yeah, fried. If they're cooked, it's different. But I don't like them raw.
Now that's one thing Jacob does like. Now
he does like raw vegetables.
He loves raw vegetables.
Now he didn't take that after me.
Like
I don't know where
he doesn't really like cooked green beans, but he loves raw green beans. Like he will just go out there and eat the fire out of some green beans. And lettuce, he will eat lettuce, not in a salad though. Like he just wants to eat the lettuce.
Just eat the leaf right off the plant.
The leaf lettuce, yeah. He likes that, and he likes the cucumbers. There's something else them English peas.
Oh yeah,
he loves them English peas.
So on the other live stream, the one that quit on us, people were asking what we were getting ready to start planting, or if we were. That's one thing that's on our list is we're going to try our hand at some fall English peas.
Yeah,
we haven't never really done that here.
We've always done them in the spring, and they've never actually done good until this year. This year they actually did good. And the funny thing is, what I think is so funny about this year is we're going through our seeds, and we found like half packs over here and half packs over here. This one only got 2 or 3 in it. So we put them all together
and just planted them
all just to get them out of our seed box.
So for our fall,
and they did great.
For our fall peas, though, I ordered some brand new seed from Hoss, and so we're going to attempt them. I have a whole pound of pea seed. I know I'm not going to need a whole pound of pea seed, but we'll have them for springtime too. But we're going to attempt a fall crop of peas. Then we've got to get our brassicas started here pretty soon.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to do cabbage and collards for the fall. I don't think I'm going to fool with any broccoli or anything.
And then we got to get our mustard greens, our turnip greens, turnips.
Our salad, that's what we call it.
Kale, our salad patch. We got to get that planted.
Yeah.
Which we won't plant a big patch of that this year,
no.
I don't think.
Last year we tried to plant like a community salad patch up the road where our potatoes are.
It never did.
And the darn deer kept it eat off to the ground, so
you can't never tell. Knowing me, I'll end up planting some anyways.
I know you say this.
I say it every year, and I'll end up planting a big old patch somewhere.
But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well and faring well if you're in the path of this storm.
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go. I seen a question. I forgot what it said.
I'm glad we caught back up here. We're back up to where we was.
Yeah. And y'all, for y'all just joining, our internet is being super crazy, I guess, because of the storm. So if we happen to go out, I'm sorry. Just know that it was probably the internet.
Deer eating everything this year.
They have been extra. It's been extra hard this year, I think, to keep them out. I think here anyway, the drought when we got that bad drought. I mean, you were seeing deer move in the middle of the day, in the heat of the day, and you don't usually see that. And they were, I think, doing things that they wouldn't have normally done.
Yeah.
For food.
For the last several years, though, it's been almost impossible to grow anything here without some sort
of fence
of protection from the deer. Years ago, it wasn't that way. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, we had gardens everywhere, and deer was the least of our worries. We would worry about a rabbit or a groundhog.
Hang on. Linda asked if Jacob's little bean plant come up. It did.
It did. It sure did.
I hope it does not drown, but it made him a little plant. He's so proud of it.
He is. I told him I wish now he'd have planted more of them.
I know. But anyway, sorry.
But yeah, years ago, deer wasn't even a problem here. Like, I don't even think you've even really seen a lot of deer here. But deer are just extremely overpopulated here now.
Extremely. Like we've got all these coyotes and stuff, and they say that was control the deer population.
Well, they didn't do a thing.
They ain't touched it, no. If nothing else, the coyotes have just caused issues to the farmers killing their livestock and stuff.
Yep.
Miss Sharon wants to know if you ever tried a tomato sandwich, Andy.
Absolutely not.
I can't get him to do it. I can't get him to do it.
What's this? Have you ever grown a tomatillo? If so, we have not.
No, that's something we've never grown. And thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. But no, we haven't.
Yeah, That's something we've never even tried to
I don't
grow.
even know what that is.
That's them things. They're green.
And it's got the little...
That's what Sheila, when we went down to Hoss, that green salsa stuff she had was tomatillo salsa, and it was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Did
you eat any of it?
I don't remember if I did or not, because I don't remember that green salsa you're talking
She sent me a jar of it home. I didn't eat it, though.
Oh, I don't remember that.
But I love the tomatillo salsa after trying hers. But no, that's something, we've never grown them.
Somebody said my husband loves watching Andy work on the old tractors. And hopefully there'll be a lot more of that this winter, unless breaks. I don't really do a lot of working on tractors during the summertime because we just don't have time to, but that a lot of times occupies my winter time, and I've got a ton of work that needs to be done on some of these tractors. So hopefully, I might include some of that on some videos and stuff. I don't know. We'll just see how time goes.
Yeah. It'll be hay cutting time for long.
Well, if this right here keeps up, it's going to be no fitting weather to cut no hay.
Let's see. Oh, people's talking about the tomato
I know.
sandwich.
Everybody's having a kick out of me not liking tomatoes.
I have tried and tried. I've begged him even this year. I'm like, please, just try a bite. Please.
I have a cousin who is the same exact way, who absolutely loves everything made out of tomatoes, and I do too. If it's a tomato product, I love it. But will not touch a tomato sandwich or a raw tomato or whatever. That's Justin.
Is he like that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I can't force myself to try a tomato, like a raw tomato. I did eat a cherry tomato the other day.
Yeah, but
I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, but a tomato sandwich is different.
I know.
I don't care much for cherry tomatoes either. But.
Maybe it is. But you know what? I haven't got that hungry
yet. Stumpy said you need to find him a farm all.
There's one right up the road for sale. Come and get it. $4,500.
All up the road here? That one sitting on the side of the road?
You got a fertilizer hopper with it and a few cultivators. It's a 140. It looks a little rougher than mine, but I think mechanically it's in pretty good shape.
Somebody said you get Jacob's lawnmower fixed.
No. But the parts are here, and we will, since it's going to be so wet this weekend, we'll probably be working on that this weekend.
Yep, the belt broke on it. Is it called a drive belt?
It was the deck belt.
Deck belt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be an easy fix.
He was mowing the other day, and he was almost done. Must have been like a week ago now, and it flew off. So. But he likes the mow, especially since he's got the little John Deere now. Like I think he loves
that John Deere's a whole lot better for him than that old Ford was.
It's a lot faster.
Yeah,
he can mow a lot faster than he could on his old Ford. But now he's proud of that old Ford, though.
He is. He loves his old Ford.
He wouldn't take nothing for that lawnmower.
What was the first thing you ever canned?
It was strawberry jelly and green beans. Was the very first thing I ever did.
I think I remember that.
Yep. And Andy's mama showed me how to do both of those. So I was intimidated. But the funny story, if you hadn't heard us talk about this before, Andy's grown garden since he was a little boy. And so me and him get married. Mom and Daddy would have a little garden and stuff. But it was nothing we really canned or anything. We would eat out of it occasionally and stuff like that. But anyways, it was the first summer we were married. And, Andy comes to me one day and he said, all this stuff out here in the garden's ready to pick. What are you going to do with it? And I was like, what do you mean? What am I going to do with it? But his mama showed me, how to get started and everything. And the ball canning books helped me a whole lot. A lot of the stuff, like that I cook and stuff, was kind of self-taught over time, with some help from your mama and my mama and grandma. But the canning, his mama got me started on it, and then it just exploded from there. Like the next year, I was like, I'm canning everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when you first took that in. And
you remember the first 14-day pickles I made, though?
Yeah, they weren't that good.
They ain't these pickles.
Didn't you go for 2 years after that and not try to make no more?
It might have been longer than 2 years. It was a long time. Yeah, I said, I'm not making any more. They were terrible. We had to feed them all to the pigs because we couldn't eat them.
They were. I don't know what happened, but they weren't fit to eat.
I know they weren't. I mean, I wasn't gonna eat them.
But that's how it goes. Though you've never done something, you may fail the first time, and you may fail the second time. You may have done it for 10, 15 years and then fail all of a sudden.
Yep,
it can happen.
Well, I mean, look at our tomatoes out here.
Yeah, well, I'm blaming that on the weather. I don't think that was our fault. Andy, what's the worst thing Megan has cooked?
Oh God,
could have possibly been those pickles.
It could have been. They were so bad.
I don't know. Bad. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since she cooked something that wasn't good, y'all. Like, I mean, a long time. I'd say for the past 5 or 6 years, I don't know if she's cooked a bad meal.
Oh, ain't you sweet?
But now there was some doozies at the very beginning.
I don't know. I'm trying to think myself.
Because, y'all, it's bad if Megan eats it and she's like, yeah, I can't eat that.
Yeah.
Because even she'll usually force herself to eat it just so she don't have to admit it wasn't any good.
But no, the pickles were probably the worst thing because they were like, I don't know what I did. I still yet to this day don't know what in the world happened to them. And I made so many jars because I was so excited about it. And they were, what does Aunt B call her pickles? It was kerosene pickles. Kerosene pickles. That's what they were. They were terrible. Somebody said good answer.
I see it. But y'all, let me tell you something though. I think that's one reason me and Megan make such a good team. Like if I had to can something, I would be lost. I wouldn't know where to even start. I don't know the first thing about canning. However, I can grow it and I can get it there. I can get it to that point that it needs to be canned. But now once it gets there though, Megan, she takes it under control and takes care of it.
Deborah, thank you so much. Thank you. And,
thank you.
She said just a little something to say thank you.
I hate cherry tomatoes, but I do. See, Megan's not a big fan of cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't care much for cherry tomatoes. Now, them little spoon tomatoes I like, but the cherry tomatoes.
Well, the spoon tomato is what I ate.
Well, I know, but you didn't get the whole experience of the tomato sandwich.
Well,
you need to put it on a sandwich.
All I know is
with mayonnaise and salt.
If a regular tomato tastes anything like that spoon tomato did, I don't want nothing to do with it.
But thank you so much, Deborah. Thank you. Tomato and dumplings. Oh, that's something I've never heard of. I bet that would be good. Would you try that?
Tomato and dumplings?
I bet it's like stewed tomatoes and you drop dumplings in them.
I don't know.
I wonder if they can hear the rain. Y'all, probably it is not. Like pouring it out of a bucket out there.
Oh, excuse me.
It is pouring it out of a bucket.
It is, and it's coming down.
Hang on.
What is it?
Well, I was trying to get it to go back up.
Was there a question you wanted to see?
Yeah, but I can't get it to cooperate. But yeah, it is. It's flat. It's flat pouring, that's for sure.
It's coming down in sheets now.
I was going to say, you can kind of see it back there behind me.
It's coming down in sheets.
But yeah, for anybody just joining, we're faring well. Debbie's kind of right over top of us. It has been all day, but we're doing fine, and the animals are doing fine. We actually had a little lull in it, the weather earlier, and so me and Andy, it was about 15 minutes that it wasn't pouring rain, so we took off and put our running shoes on and went and fed everything, checked on everything, and any high wind. It's not been, there's gusts here and there, but the wind's not been terrible. It's just a kind of a steady breeze, and then a gust will come through, which that'll be what knocks the trees down when the ground gets wet, but and I'm guessing that's what happened to our internet earlier. Same as chicken and dumplings, but use tomatoes instead.
Interesting.
They said no rain just west of you on the Virginia side. Huh.
Really?
So it must just be hugging that line, I guess.
Well, no, over a little more towards the mountains, they were still under a flood advisory, but I know they ain't getting the amount of rain that we're getting here.
Well, your chickens and pigs eat ladies some.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. How about fireweed? Well, I don't know if we have fireweed here.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I don't think we.
We're not far enough south for that. I don't think.
Yeah, but I had never heard of ladies thumb.
No rain here in Bradford, Tennessee.
Sunshine at 97.
We're supposed to be after this hurricane moves through. We're supposed to be like beautiful weather this weekend, and usually that's how it does. Once a tropical system moves through here, I don't know if it cleans the air out or cleans the atmosphere out or what, but usually once one moves through, it is just absolutely gorgeous weather for a couple of days after that. It just all of a sudden picked up even harder now. Like I hear it hitting the tin roof.
Yep.
It is pouring.
Andy, when did your kinfolk move to that area, and from where?
It's been so far long ago back that I don't even know the answer to that.
So they're on Andy's side, traced back to what is it, late 1700s, and they were here.
The Lawsons
were here.
Are traced back to I know the 1800s.
Yeah,
but the I guess it would be the Pretty side that I'm kin to. They trace back to the 1700s. So that's the ones that owned the Blackhead place.
Oh, okay. That's right. And that's what we call the area where Andy mows. Hey, that's what it's always been called. The person that used to live down there had black hair.
Yeah, so it got the nickname, the Blackhead place.
Yeah, so that's what the nickname of it is.
Yeah, but, I've got roots here, which she does too.
Yeah, my people were more from Virginia. But we're right on the Virginia line here, but they were from right over in Virginia from about as far back as I can find. So just like your people. But yeah, a lot of my
any
folks.
Native American, absolutely we do. Both of us have Cherokee in us. I mean, it's way down the line, but we do have.
There's Cherokee down through, yeah. Like I think it's my great grandma, maybe.
Have y'all ever made maple syrup? We haven't ever made any. We've bought some from
where were we?
Locally. We were in White Top, Virginia.
Yeah, we went.
And it come from a place up there.
It's delicious. Even Jacob asked the other day. We were eating pancakes the other day, and he's like, "Mama, where did this syrup come from? It is so good." It is. It's really good. It's about riding back up there to get some more. Luckily, I bought a big jug of it.
See, we're not actually, in where we're at, our elevation ain't quite high enough to have those sugar maple trees like they do once you get to the higher elevations. But, it's just a few miles west.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump.
And, I mean, you go up there and there's sugar maple farms everywhere. Christmas pickles. You ever heard of that?
I've heard of them, but I've never tried any or made any, but I have heard of them.
Years of marriage. We've been married for 11 years.
Yep. Been together for 16. I was 18 and you were 21, right?
Maybe.
When we met.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. I had just graduated high school. But we went to high school together. Like, we knew each other. We knew who each other were. And actually, his mama was, my teacher. So we'd always known each other. But
Keith, that's exactly how we are around here lately. All year long has been that way. It's either been dry or wet.
Well, the spring was like super wet.
Well, yeah.
That's why we had to replant that corn.
Remember, before May was really wet. But before May, we were dry.
Yeah, because
you remember that?
And in the fall we were because we killed all the grass.
Exactly. Yeah, back in the fall we had an extremely dry fall, and then we hit a little wet spell over the winter, and then it went back to dry. I told Megan the other day, I was like, why can't the weather just be normal?
Just rain here and there, the sun shine a few days. Well, it'd be all right. Have you tried the pear butter? No, I haven't tried it yet. So we picked a lot of the pears yesterday evening. We picked most of them, just even the ones that weren't right, because I was worried they'd get knocked off the tree during the storm. So I may just let them kind of sit to the side, and then I may try some pear butter here maybe one day this week or something. I've had a lot of people tell me that it's good, but I did make fried pear pies instead of fried apple pies.
And man,
they were oh my gosh, they were so good.
You need to make some more of those.
Maybe I will. Maybe that's what we'll have for dessert tonight.
Those things are delicious.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be making maybe here in a little bit when we get off here, I'll be making some fig preserves. I've got my figs sitting in some sugar right now. I'm going to attempt I hadn't never had fig preserves, and a lot of people said I need to try them. So I love the taste of figs, so there's no doubt that I like it.
Oh yeah. And putting up pears. I hope my pumpkins don't drown. I'm very interested in seeing how that creek garden down there survives this rain.
Somebody said fig fried pies are good too.
Fig fried pies. Yes, hard to say. Fig fried pies. Say that 3 times fast. Look, fig it up.
I said, tell Maggie hello, miss seeing her today.
Oh,
She'll be a great cook like Mama. We will.
She's busy right now.
Yeah. Yeah, now Jacob's gone.
And now Jacob's gone. They're occupied. Thinking of growing fruit trees, is there one you think is the easiest to start with? Huh.
That's a hard question.
That is a hard question because it depends on your location. Like for us, so far, pears seem to be the most bulletproof tree we can have. However, if you get a late frost, you're not going to have anything on them.
Yeah,
whereas
like peaches,
with apple trees, it seems like every year your apples will make something. But apples, here in our area, apples are just so prone to some type of disease or something that I'm actually starting to lose faith because we have lost another apple tree down there now to, I'm guessing, fire blight. And I don't know what to do about it. But it's just, it'll just come up and hit them all of a sudden.
Every year we've probably lost, 2?
Yeah, we've lost 2 this year.
I
think we lost 1 last year. No, we lost 2 last year.
I think it was 2, yeah.
But I really don't know what to do about it.
But now the peach trees are pretty hardy too.
Peach trees are very hardy. So if you live in an area that you may not get those late frost or something, a peach tree would definitely be one I'd have.
Yeah.
Somebody said, they said, I think pear then apple are the easiest. And they are easy to grow. Worst thing can happen is you plant it and never make anything off of it. Or it die. But I don't know. I'm starting to lose hope on us ever having some really nice apples down there.
They've got some apples on them now, but like a bunch of them's done fell off. I don't know. And we may not have them in the best spot. Who knows?
Maybe not. I
don't know.
We've got apple trees up the road too.
Yeah.
And
the deer, is it the deer that's eating? No, the Japanese beetles. That's what it was. It wasn't the deer.
But they're coming back out now. Fire department in White Top has Maple Syrup Festival in the spring and a syrup. I actually heard that on 98.1 advertised.
We should go to that.
I wanted to go, but there was something going on and we wasn't able to go.
That would be fun. We'll have to remember that. That would be a lot of fun.
White Top's probably what, 2 hours from us?
I think it's something like that. Maybe not quite.
Yeah, something in that neighborhood.
Yeah, but we love that area up there.
It's beautiful up there. And it's so much cooler there than it is here, even as close as they are.
Yeah. Anywhere know who to buy a triple apple tree from? Mom had an apple tree that had 3 different types of apples on it.
So I don't know if you could ever buy one of those somewhere, but if you ever learn how to graft a tree, you can do that yourself. And that's probably how that tree was created. You can graft different varieties onto the same tree, which I'm fascinated with that kind of stuff, but I've never took the time to actually do it and learn it. That's something that I would really like to learn.
Somebody said, when you get in that bulldozer, oh, me. Don't give him any ideas.
Wish we could get Daddy's bulldozer fixed. I need to do that.
What's wrong with it?
The radiator.
Busted. Yeah. Because it's an old bulldozer.
Yeah, and it's so expensive. Nobody wanted to spend no money.
But that's what Andy did. Like most of the clearing that's done here.
I did it with a bulldozer.
Yeah, because all this up here where we live used to all be woods. All the pasture and everything was kudzu and woods. And Andy
cleared it.
Yep, cleared all that off.
Didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I just went to town on it. Was that cherry? Yes, that one I showed in the last video. That was a cherry tree, and
that's the second cherry tree we've put there.
Yeah, last year we had one die and it done the same exact thing. And somebody mentioned in that video that they thought they might have had fire blight on that, but I didn't even realize that fire blight got cherry trees. So they may do that.
I don't know, but if that one's actually dead, we're not planting another one back there.
Yeah, we're not going to put another cherry tree back.
Yeah,
I may not put another tree back there.
We done decided we ain't doing it again. Not there, not in that spot.
Right there, Duncan said the Stark Brothers had a 3-in-1 apple tree. I never seen one of those actually for sale. The only ones I ever saw were just grafted that way, by whoever had them.
Let's see. A fig fried pie may taste like a fig Newton, worth a try. I should try that because you like fig Newtons.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
But them pear pies, y'all, oh my gosh. Like, I'm not scared to say, like, I think they were almost better than, like, the fried apple pies.
They are good. I mean, I could just, oh, man. They're good.
Yeah.
Did you share those in a video?
I didn't. Remember, I lost my phone.
That's right.
Y'all listen.
Yeah, I got so tickled the other day when I come in. After I tried one of those pies, and I looked at her, and I was like, did you video these? And she's like, well, I really wanted to, but I couldn't find my phone. And I was like, okay, never mind.
And my grease was already hot, and I already had them made, and I was hunting my phone, and I couldn't find it, and I had to get them cooked, and I finally came back around and ended up locating it, but I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed on some days, wouldn't I?
Yes, you would. I can't believe I found you guys. You're so down to earth. Your videos are so down to earth. Thank you so much for sharing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Fig preserves are so good. Andy, how is Megan's apple pies? They're very good, ain't they?
I hope you think so.
Well, you ain't made no apple pies this year, but the ones from years past have been really good.
I like to make apple pies with dried apples, though. I like them the best. I don't know if you do, but I like the dried apple. The dried apples and the apple pies, they like keep their texture.
I like whatever you fix, so whatever you put in those.
I made fried peach pies. Ooh, I bet that was good.
Little pear pies. Evidently, we was behind on pear pies.
I know. I had never listen, y'all. Till I made that post on Facebook, like that's something I never even thought about, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I'll tell you something else that somebody just said about to mention zucchini right there. She made some zucchini bread the other day with chocolate chips.
Now that's in tomorrow's video.
Is that coming out in tomorrow's video?
Yeah.
That stuff is off the hook. Oh my goodness.
If you've never put chocolate chips in zucchini bread, you really should try it. The flavors like go good together. But you can't beat chocolate, I mean.
Yeah, chocolate makes everything better.
Do you have any plans for your greenhouse for this fall and winter?
Yes. I think we're going to try to overwinter a pepper, and I'm going to see if I can't raise a late season tomato in there. I don't know just how well that thing's going to hold heat just yet. But even though it's not a big one.
Midwest Granny said, me too, Megan. I have to put things in the same place or I forget it. I lose my mind trying to find things. I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad y'all understand, because there are some days that I'm like, oh my gosh. There have been days that Andy's been at work and I've lost my phone and like I don't find it till he gets back home and calls it because I've laid it in some really random place, or I've laid something on top of it and to never be seen again.
Do we sell seeds? So not really. We have sold some seeds in the past.
When we had the pure Hickory King and pure Jimmy Red, occasionally we would sell some of those. But
now that I've got all that mixed up, and
yeah,
we hadn't really tried to sell none of that yet. Also chocolate zucchini bread. All of a sudden, a bunch of them just all of a sudden come through here.
Y'all just bear with us.
You should try making dill pickles with zucchini in place.
I did that a couple years ago. Remember? No. They were good. You would never try them.
Oh, that was one of those things.
They were good. They were good. They were green though, and not a pickle. So
Of the sucker tomatoes make it. We'll find out.
They actually, I looked at them
they're
last
growing.
night. Yeah, they look really good. We don't know if we'll make any tomatoes, and like we know we're supposed to start them earlier than what we did, but we were just seeing how late we could get by with. We have our first frost like around the middle of October, so. And sometimes it's earlier than that, and sometimes it's quite a bit later. It just depends on the year. What?
I was just listening to you talk. Oh. So I don't think the women want to watch you work on tractors. Well,
I'll throw some cooking in there. It'll be fine.
You know Megan will mix it up somehow.
It'll all be fine. Andy told me the other day, he come in from work, he said, I swear you're going to wear a hole out in front of the sink and in front of the stove.
It's a wonder it ain't an indentation in front of the sink and the stove. That's where she stays. Going to have a ton of loofah this year. We've never grown loofah. I think my grandma grew it several years ago. It seems like I remember her having that. But we've got some loofah seeds that I was aiming to try to plant this year, but we never have done it.
Wendy said, any advice for a squeamish gardener who's afraid of snakes? So it depends on what area you live in, because I'm just going to tell you, we have a lot of people ask about us being afraid of snakes here. We don't have the snakes like people do in other places. Like, we got snakes, but number one, the cats help tremendously with snakes here, because we've got several cats that live here, and they really, really help. We don't have any trouble with rats or anything. No trouble with snakes getting in the hen house. Well, a couple of garden snakes out in the garden.
That's the only kind of snake I've ever seen in the garden, was one of those little brown ones.
Them little garden snakes. And now we do have copperheads here, but you rarely ever see one.
I'll have to say the best advice for a garden and trying to keep your snakes out of it is keep it as clean as possible. Don't let it grow up. Keep just whatever you're growing in there,
so you can see.
Do your best to keep the weeds out of it and mowed around and all that kind of stuff. Because the taller the grass or the taller the weeds or whatever, that just gives the snakes more place to hide.
Right. But that's one reason. Like, I don't know. And snakes is something, I guess, we've always been around, and it's just like black snakes. If you see one, you don't kill it. You just throw it down the hill and get it out of your way, unless it's bothering your chickens or something. That's different. But,
I won't kill a black snake.
Yeah. But I will tell you, though, if you have like outside cats, the cats, they help because, there's no rats here for the snakes to come after.
And wasn't it the other day you said a squirrel now? And one of the cats went after the squirrel.
Yeah, run it up the tree and went up the tree after it. It sure did. Oh, and Tiger. So let me tell y'all what Tiger done last night. I got so tickled, like it scared me for a second. But I'm just bebopping down to the pear tree to go pick some pears, me and Tiger. There's a groundhog, a big old groundhog down there just eating away beside the horse fence, eating away on a pear. Tiger takes off down there and grabs that thing by the tail and slings it backwards, and that thing made a beeline, and Tiger won't cross that electric fence. That thing better be glad it was an electric fence there. But I was like, she slung that thing. It was like, no, you ain't gonna be up here with my stuff.
I would have loved to see her do that. I just missed it, so I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, she did though. She wasn't having that thing up here. But yeah, the cat's like, we don't like. Well, we've got one squirrel that we occasionally see out here, but we don't even have squirrels.
They don't let them come around.
No.
Are we going to try to grow any citrus trees? Yes, if I can get my hands on a citrus tree, I may try one in the greenhouse. But I think I almost bought one over the summer from Tractor Supply, but it was like $30-some for a little tree, and I don't know just how cold the greenhouse is going to get yet, or how hard. I wanted to go through one winter before I actually invest in something like that, some trees or something, because I don't want to kill one. But I think we might. Nothing spectacular. Like we might have one or two trees. but just to see what they'll do.
Right.
But we don't have much room in the greenhouse anyway, so we can't be taking up a whole lot of space.
Yeah. We were mainly wanted it to start our seeds.
Yeah, for the most part.
For
and try to overwinter a few things.
Yeah. Duncan said groundhog gravy is good.
I ain't never eat a groundhog.
I ain't either. I like squirrel gravy. Rabbit gravy.
Cats are a must on the farm. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. They get on my nerves half the time, but
yeah, they do get on your nerves, but I'll agree.
They do, like I said, with our feed and stuff. I mean, we've had wolf rats down there with them pigs, and I've seen a cat.
It's been a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been years ago. I seen a cat coming out from down there and had a wolf rat in its mouth big as it was and had killed it. But yeah, we ain't had wolf rats down there in years, and we don't get any rats in our building or nothing like that. They really, I mean, they do their job and they do it well.
Said what that one talking about when I was feeding the black cat the other day, acting like he's starving to death. So that cat, y'all, we've had that cat ever since we've been married.
Yep, we got her. We hadn't been married long, and this woman up the road had kittens she was giving away, and there was 3 of them. And
she's the only one we got left.
Yeah, but her name is Black Kitty. That's just what we've always called her.
Yep, she never got a name, poor thing.
But she's our big lot cat. That's where she likes to stay. Like, she'll come up here to the house every once in a while, but for the most part, she likes to hang out down there. That's kind of her spot.
Now, I've seen some massive copperheads around here. Said living on a river in Alabama, they have them. I have seen, where I'm out all over the place mowing or doing work for people, I have seen some massive copperheads in this area. But I'll have to say that right here at our house, like right here, I don't think I've ever seen a copperhead, ever.
Now, up at Mom and Daddy's, we used to have quite a few.
Well, down at Mom and Daddy's we did too, which is just a quarter mile down the road. But I've never seen a copperhead here. But I'm telling you, I've killed some massive copperheads being out working somewhere. I've eaten squirrel gravy. Oh, yeah, I've had plenty of squirrel gravy. Been a long time, though.
Well, I'm going to need you to get me some.
Maybe this fall we can do that. Do you like the size of your greenhouse? I think that's all I need, but wonder if I would have liked to have had one bigger. But, being that we ain't really used it for anything just yet, it's hard to answer that question. I'm going to say we'll probably eventually wish we had one bigger. But for now, I think if all we're doing is just starting plants and maybe overwintering a few things, I think it's going to be all right.
Somebody said sounds like Tillman's the best predator for voles. Cats don't eat voles, I guess. We've had the cats, you know how they bring you presents up on the porch? We've had them bring us voles, but not.
I guess the cats, like the vole, don't come to the top of the ground enough for the cats to get it.
Yeah. But I mean, they bought us a few, but not too many.
Press down on a canner and pot. Really? Did you know you could do a pineapple tree like that?
What?
Right there.
Cut the top and press down into a container. Huh. Well, that's cool.
I didn't know that.
That's really cool.
Make sure you don't get a city cat that's pampered too much. That's right. You get one that's spoiled, you can't do nothing with it. All they want to do is be fed. The pigs help with snakes. Yeah, they probably do. Chickens do too. I've seen chickens do a number on snakes. Copperhead in our yard.
Well, I think that's another reason we hadn't really ever had trouble with snakes with our chickens. Because, they're not free ranging away from their house. You know what I'm saying?
And a snake, I don't think where we move it around, I guess they can't find the house.
But even if it went in there, them chickens would kill it before it ever got to the house.
Do we have hummingbirds? We normally do, but this year we actually have a hummingbird feeder out, and I have yet to see a hummingbird.
No, I seen one the other day.
Did
one.
you?
Mm-hmm.
You finally see one?
But not the feeder. It was up here flying around.
Oh, I wonder why they ain't found that feeder yet.
Your grandma said it needs to be the red. That's what your grandma said.
Really?
She told me that the other day. Yeah.
Because that one's yellow, isn't it?
It's clear.
The cats get in the garden. Oh yeah, our cats have a time in our garden.
Yeah,
that's kind of like their little playhouse.
They play hide and go seek out there all the time. They don't bother anything though. I mean, they don't. They don't bother anything anyway.
You have time to deer hunt. So last year Megan done a little deer hunting. Yeah. Honestly, y'all, if I do any deer hunting, it's going to be me getting in the side by side, riding down in the field and see a deer, shoot it, and bring it back out. That's the only kind of deer hunting I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit there and wait for a deer to walk out in front of me. I don't have the patience for it.
But yeah, I like to deer hunt.
But yeah, Megan loves to sit in the stand and deer hunt.
That's something used to be big around here, but now people don't do it a ton anymore. I think that's part of the deer problem. Which even like me, I mean, I went 3 times, maybe last fall, twice.
Oh, did you even go that much?
I think I went twice.
Oh,
at least twice.
Yeah, anymore, you don't even have to hunt deer around here. I almost feel like they hunt us.
Yeah,
there's so many of them.
We could about sit on our back porch and take out 1 or 2 every once in a while.
Well, we used to before we had the pasture.
Yeah,
we actually used to feed them in the tree. I mean, right under the tree down below us here.
But you can do it in North Carolina.
Yeah,
I know some places you can't, but.
Do y'all have a CVD deer? This past year, you're supposed to take them and have them tested or whatever whenever you kill them.
Well, only during rifle season. The rest of them, I guess they don't have it during bow.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they only done it for rifle season.
Yeah. I haven't personally seen any around here that look like they had it. You know, I've looked it up and actually read some on it. The deer here do not look sickly.
No.
They are fat and healthy.
Look at that. In southwestern NC, we can still dog hunt. Need to come join us now. I would
that
love
would be
to do
right
that
up Andy's
because
alley.
up here, dog and deer used to be legal, and so when I was growing up, that's how we deer hunted. I mean, honestly, nowadays it's just too populated to dog deer because you can't pull off the shots like you used to could. But I would love to do that because it has been so long, and there ain't no rush better than the rush when you've got a pack of dogs behind a deer. And you hear them coming straight for you, and you see that deer pop out. Oh, that's a rush that you can only get when you're dogging deer.
I think Tiger would have made a good one back in the day.
I believe she would have been pretty good.
She'd have been trained, yeah, because she is so agile in the woods.
People around here don't. Yep, that's the only way people hunt around here anymore is they hunt bucks. And people will say all the time, "Oh, we're hunting to feed our family," but yet the only thing they kill has horns like this. So, that tells me right away what you're hunting for. Well, we've about went on for an hour here.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to hop off here in a minute. I got to go make my stuff.
I have not seen any more vole damage since I put out that Volex stuff. Don't mean
sweet potatoes anyway. We think that may have been what happened to the cherry tree.
I do. But I think that's possibly what happened to the cherry tree. I'm gonna find out because I'm pretty sure that it's dead. So I'm gonna pull it up and see how the roots look. But do you do any other kind of hunting outside of deer?
Not really.
When I was growing up, we were big time into squirrel hunting. Not really anymore. Used to be a lot of bird hunting that went on around here. You don't ever hear of nobody doing any bird hunting anymore.
They're gone.
The birds are. The quail is what we were hunting.
They're gone. They used to be a bunch here, and now there's a lot of turkeys here, like wild turkeys. But me and Andy ain't ever really much cared about turkey hunting. But there is a big population of wild turkeys. Jacob was riding his 4-wheeler a couple days ago, and he come back up here and said he saw at least 20 across the road in front of him down there going to the creek.
Me and Maggie saw 4 while we was out earlier.
Yep. So the wild turkeys, and I love wild turkey. I don't know why I've never been into wild turkey hunting because I love the taste of wild turkey.
Mm-hmm. Tips on growing pumpkins. You probably don't want to take advice from me because this is the first year I've ever had pumpkins worth looking at. And we're not through it yet, so I'm not going to get my hopes up.
They might be down there floating right now.
Well, pumpkins are just like squash. I mean, you can have this beautiful vine and everything looking good, and then you go back the next day and everything is just wilted.
And dead.
And it's done at that point, because of vine borer or squash bugs or anything like that. So the one thing that I have done this year, which I'm not a big fan of, but I'm determined I'm going to have pumpkins, I have stayed on a regular routine pesticide spraying schedule on our pumpkins. And about once a week, I'm treating our pumpkins with something. And peristmin is what I've been using. And so far, so good. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of using that much pesticide, but I am determined I'm having pumpkins this year, and they've come so far. We've got pumpkins down there that's this big around right now. Yeah. And I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do, what I'm doing.
Melanie asked that she's getting ready to make blackberry jam. Do I do it with the seeds or without? So that's personal preference, but I'm going to tell you, depending on your blackberry variety, as to how seedy they are. Last year I did it with the seeds and just did it all like whole chunks of blackberries. And you'll be eating your piece of toast and like accidentally almost break your tooth over them seeds that are in those blackberries that we have. And so this year I did it without the seeds. Like I ran through my food meals, so I got just pretty much the blackberry juice, and the jelly is much better in my opinion anyway. So I hope that helps there. But
you'll kill your bees. So that's something I've been pretty particular over. I'm only doing it like late in the evening when I don't hardly have any bee activity at all on there. But of course, the squash bugs and stuff that may be there are still there. But all of my pollinators, when I go down there to treat those things, I'm not having any on there. But you can go down there early in the morning and they're wrapped up. And I guess, I'm not spraying the actual bee itself. So I'm hoping that's not going to hurt the bees. I really don't know, but.
Well, we've been on here about an hour. I guess we're going to have to hop off here. You got another one?
No, I was reading that last one that just come through about the sauce.
But, guys, I guess we're going to hop off here for the day. Be sure to be on the lookout for tomorrow's video. Chocolate chip zucchini bread. What else did I made something else in that video, didn't I? Oh, I think I made cowboy candy. And I don't know. There's, you know how the videos are. There's all kind of stuff going on there. But anyways, guys. It sure has been fun. I'm glad the internet finally decided to cooperate.
Yep.
And it's still pouring rain here. So we'll give y'all an update probably on Monday's video of what went on after this storm. Hopefully it won't be anything too bad.
No, but the sky's actually lightened up now. So
yeah, so maybe it's going on.
I don't know. We'll see.
But anyways, guys, y'all have a good rest of your day and stay safe.
Y'all have a good one.